Hello everyone, it is the AI developer back at you once again with AI Dev Now, and I am going to be talking with you today about Playwright and web scraping. So we have an article here today from someone who I think Sakis, and so big shout out to them. Go follow this blog. It's sakisv.net. Very cool blog post here. It was very interesting. I was just reading it, and I was just because I actually have some experience with Playwright recently, using it inside of a Backstage framework. So yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I've kind of already gone through the article a little bit. This will be a multi-part video, so there will be like 2 or 3 parts because it is quite intensive, just breaking all of this down and introducing you guys to Playwright. Maybe we'll kind of run some code at the end, just kind of see how Playwright works live in action, right? So the title of this blog post reads Tracking Supermarket Prices with Playwright. So just to kind of give you guys some background, back in December 2022, this individual built a website for tracking price changes in the 3 largest supermarkets of their home country, right? And so, and here's actually what that looks like, right? A screenshot. So in the process, they ran into a few interesting hurdles that they had to clear before going live. And so I wanted to kind of go through some of those in the video today, because as a web developer, these are things that you're going to pretty much go through, and this is essentially the life of a developer. And that's why I can appreciate these kinds of videos, because of the value that they add, right? This is someone who said, hey, I see a problem and I want to solve it using my skill set, as opposed to saying, hey, I have this skill set, who has a problem for me to solve. Those are two completely different mindsets, and I want to get you guys to adopt more of the mindset of, I have this skill set, look, what problems can I solve? Because there are many, right? So I really don't like the whole developer attitude of somebody give me a job. It's so hard to find jobs. I really don't care. You know what I mean? About that, because I'm always someone who's going to create my own opportunities no matter what. So and I would encourage others to do the same. So that's getting off track. It's another video, so let's continue here. So we'll talk about scraping, what was used, where it runs, and how this person got around some restrictions, and how they also got it to the point where it can run for months without intervention. So scraping JavaScript sites, automating, avoiding IP restrictions, how and when does it fail, optimizing, cost, and conclusion is what we're going to kind of get into. So scraping JavaScript sites. So the main problem with this kind of endeavor that they ventured out to with, creating a supermarket price comparer or price tracker, all 3 shops will render with JavaScript. Even in the few spots where they don't, they still rely heavily on JavaScript to load products as you scroll. That's, you're going to see that often with a lot of websites today, right? JavaScript is used in, I want to say 85% of things. It's one of the most widely used languages, right? With that being said, it's probably the first language you should learn. I would say, as far as being like a functional language. This means that using plain simple curl or request.get was out of the question. I needed something that could run JavaScript. So enter Playwright. So if you guys know what Playwright is, Playwright allows you to programmatically control a web browser, providing an API to handle almost everything, from opening a new tab and navigating to a URL to inspecting the DOM, retrieving element details, and intercepting and inspecting results. It also supports Chromium, Safari, Firefox browsers, and you can use it with Node, Java, .NET, and most importantly, Python. So I do have experience with Playwright. I used it in my experience for testing, because like mentioned here, it allows you to programmatically control a web browser, so you can programmatically do things like simulate going to a site, simulate clicking on a button and making sure that the button navigates to a page. And you'll kind of see some of that in the code here, how some of that is kind of handled. There was also a tidbit I wanted to add on too about Playwright, in that Playwright is, if you have a site that requires authentication, that is still something that I haven't been able to figure out with Playwright. So if you know anything about that and you want to drop a comment below and leave some insights, please do. Still doing some research on that, but that was one of my hurdles that I ran into, with Playwright, was trying to actually, get past the authentication portion with having Playwright simulate logging into the application so you can actually, so filling out the user input boxes. It's actually logging in through, I always forget the actual terminology, but I want to say it's Azure based. So it's OAuth too. So yeah, so that comes with a whole another layer of problem solving. So, but let's continue on. Just wanted to add that tidbit with Playwright. So if you are thinking of using Playwright and your app uses OAuth 2 or authentication, that is the piece you'll probably have to figure out. It probably won't be just something straightforward. So with this in my belt, doing the scrolling and the loading of the products look like this. So here's the code here, and I want to mention too, you guys, try to get good at reading code, right? So as we're going through this, try to get good at just looking at this and understanding it, understanding what's happening here. This looks like Python.
Now that you've seen how AI is transforming the tech industry, it's time to take your skills to the next level. Unlock your future. Master AI-driven software skills. Enroll now and future-proof your career. Thanks for checking out our course. Let's get back to our regular programming and dive deeper into the world of AI and software engineering.
So, def. Wow, no, this is I want to say this looks like Python, but I don't want to, because, the comments are, so I want to say this is Python, but, so anyways, def, visit links, self, truncated, so comments. So then we have do the inference. So this is defining of function here. And this is function. This means function definition. Visit links. This is the argument it's going to take. Visit links is the name of the function. This is so essentially what it's going to do is going to visit the links, right? We would name functions according to what they do, right? That's best practices. Load more locator. So this is creating a variable, setting it equal to setting it equal to a page attribute. So we're trying to pretty much target the a page element. So we're saying self.page dot load dot get by test ID. So that's another method. I think that might be a built-in method on the page. And then you're getting that you're pretty much getting that element by its ID, which is vertical load more wrapper. And then we're saying all. So I think we're going to get all of these. So as many instances as there are, I'm assuming there. Then we have a while loop. And we're saying while the length of len is length of load more locator is equal to 1, then we're going to get the first option from the load more locator, because we're going to get all these instances, because this is going to be an array, right? So we're going to get the first instance of that array, which is at the 0 index. And then scroll into view if needed. So we're going to use this built-in. You're going to use this method here to scroll it into view. I'm assuming these are all built in. So yeah, and then we're going to use load more. I haven't seen. I think I've seen scroll into view. I've never seen scroll into view if needed. So yeah, that's probably another built-in. So load more locator equals self.page dot get by test ID. So we're using get by test ID again to load the locators again, and this is inside of a loop. So once the infinite scroll is finished, load all the products. So then we're creating the products variable and then locating them using this ID here, li.product-item. So I think so it's a list. Yeah, these are list items, and this is the class name. And so how you target elements using Playwright is usually by ID, or it's usually by ID. You can target by the actual what the element is. There's a few different ways. And then to ensure we only keep products that we don't have ensure that we only keep products that don't have the unavailable text. Products open an array, say P, for P, this is for P in products. Okay, so for each in products, if length P, the length of P dot get by test ID product block unavailable text dot all is equal to 0. Product block that don't have, okay, so we're saying, so we're only keeping the products that, yeah. So yeah, this is, I mean, yeah, so it's not too hard to kind of dig through. That's why the art of reading code, the book I'm coming out with, is very important, because you have to know how to read code. But we're gonna kind of leave it off there. I think that's pretty good. Let's just kind of go over his summary of what's happening here. So by the end of this method, I have a list of product divs, each containing the product's name, price, photo, link, etc., that I get to parse to extract this information. Then I do the same for the next product category and so on. So that's the purpose of the while loop. Once I wrote the scrapers for all 3 supermarkets, the next step was to run it in an automated way so that every day I will have the new prices and I can compare with the day before. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll stop it there, guys. This video is getting kind of long. We're at about 10 minutes and 50 seconds here, so I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you want to become the best developer in the world, from the best developer in the world here at AI Dev. Make sure you guys check out aidevnow.com and check out the courses to get your ass leveled up in this field, in this niche, because you're not only competing against me and competing against all these other, you know, engineers in their mom's basements. You're competing against AI now. So you have to get on your fucking grind and stop playing around. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Have a good one. As always, keep coding. Bye now.